Hi, today I'm going to show you how to cut your friend's hair. This is my lovely friend Lynn, and this video was requested by one of my followers, Jasmina G in Slovenia. Thanks for requesting. First thing, comb your friend's hair out, comb it all to the back, spray it off. And we're going to section into 3 sections, the back and 2 sides. We're going to cut into 3 different sections. Have your friend be sitting when you're doing the sectioning. And then when you're ready to cut, you're going to have them stand. It's easier to cut from standing, and it's easier to section from sitting. Spray off her hair. Lay the comb on the side, and then you'll section out to the back of the ear. Take care to section really cleanly. Is cleanly a word? Clean. Nice T-sectioning. When you have nice, neat sections, your friend will have a nice, neat haircut. If you're sloppy, you're going to have a sloppy haircut. I'm going to try to do this without stepping into my frame. We'll see. When I was first learning hair, I used to rush through my sectioning. Look up a little bit, Lynn. Thank you. And I soon found out you're going to spend equally as much time cutting as you are sectioning. And when I started to do that, my haircuts improved. So the sectioning is also part of the art. Just take care to section. Take your time. Don't rush. And those of you who are cutting with thick, coarse hair, you'll want to do this video from dry, flat ironed hair. It works best that way. Look down regular, Lynn. Okay, so right here, all this stuff you got to clean up. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I'm going to spray it off. The spray helps you control the hair. You see how slowly I did that? I didn't just rush through it. Nice and slow, and the hair will be your friend, and the hair will go where you want it to go. Now, if I pull this over here, it's going to be kind of wonky, so let's kind of shift it back to the back. I feel like that's good. And all of you professional hair cutters out there, just know that this is a cutting your friend's hair video, not a professional hair cutting video. This is going to be a beautiful cut, and it'll help you just do a DIY at home. So that's a nice clean section, and you're going to look for that on the other side as well. So I feel like this side is a little bit more bumped out. Let's go ahead and even that up. Use your spray. Nice slow movements, not rushing. And my model is doing a fabulous job of continuing her beautiful smile. Thank you, Lynn. There we go. Nice even section. Can we see that? Sorry. Right there. And then, so take care to look at your friend from the front also. It's real important to look from the front and make sure the right and the left are even. So I'm going to have you tuck your chin down. So I'm going to step into frame just a widgie, and I'm using my eyes to look and make sure that there's the same amount of hair on each side. Now, if the person has a deep side part, then you just continue the haircut from that deep side part. The T section in back just goes right into their side part. All right, let's begin cutting. A nice rat tail will help you section if you're not a hairdresser. Just comb like this, not like this, and you're just going to slice straight across for your first section. Pinch fingers, lift out that section. Tail stays up so you don't accidentally cut it. And then Lynn, is it okay if I cut about 1.5 inches of your hair so we can see?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go right there. And so, for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to kind of cutting to the side, but you know, if you're at home, you're going to be right in front. And don't stress out, friends at home. It's gonna be jaggedy because you're not hair cutters. You can kind of go and just slowly nip into it as you're doing the cut and just kind of take your time and even it out. Even when I'm in the salon, sometimes just life, it's not a perfect cut every time, but the artistry comes when you just keep gently coaxing that hair into the position you want it to be in. 2 fingers. Checks and makes sure it's even. Maybe a little more on this side.
I was having some cafe.
All right, we're going to continue and cut the back. Make sure that these top front sections are well out of the way so that you don't accidentally give them a nice little stair step layer. So all you're going to do is work horizontally up the head and cut. You can see her hair starting to dry, which means it's going to be a little out of control. So make it easy on yourself and use spray. And again, just to kind of repeat from the beginning of the video, if you're an at-home hair cutter, it's going to be easiest if you cut them from standing and easiest to section them from sitting. So now you're going to see your guide point at the bottom and just cut. So Lynn, and FYI, I'm not cutting off too much. We're only ended up cutting one inch because it's coming across nice in the video. Look up a little bit. So guys at home, make sure that the section that you drop, you're able to see some of that guide point. If you can't see that, your section's too thick, make it thinner and then keep on going.
Oh, you don't know? We don't know. I've already said no. Yeah, and it would be adults only. I mean, I'm not worried about that. They can learn to coach it. How I know how to coach their
That bubble needs to go up, otherwise you're going to end up cutting it. So no bubbles. You want to be able to see your section line because that kind of will keep you on the track to success. If you have a lot of bubbles, you can't see where you're going. This cut will be nice for those of you who are still kind of being careful in COVID, and also for teenagers. You know, teenagers' hair grows super duper fast, or even littles. Kids' hairs grow so fast that you don't want to be sitting in that cutting salon every 4 weeks giving your kids a cut and having to waste your weekend sitting in a cutting salon. So just use these techniques, keep practicing, and you will get better. It's a great cut for teenagers. I can tell that would be too thick. Yeah, let's do that again. What's happening over here? No piece in my back. I'll figure that out later. Don't worry. times when I'm going in with my clients in the salon, I might be getting speedy because I know I have somebody that's coming out next. So I always say, you might feel like a grizzly bear is doing your hair, but it's gonna look pretty. So for those of you with coarse hair, I'm going to repeat, or a really strong curl pattern, you could do the same steps, just do from dry and flat ironed. And with coarse, very curly, textured hair, same steps, do from flat ironed, and you're going to take micro thin sections so that you can really see where you're going, because coarse hair sometimes will show more of the cut marks than fine hair. The perfect model for this cut. This is exactly what I envisioned my model to be. It's flowing so nicely, so thank you. You're welcome. So I do that whole cut freestyle, you know, and my camera person, my lovely friend Regina, is actually in this spot you want to be in when you're cutting, right here. Okay? And that's the back. Now we're going to join the back with the front. So Lynn, go ahead and face me. Right there, perfect. And you can just look past me.
What are some stops on He's the planner and you're the muscle. Yeah. Okay.
Usually people's hair is thin, so I can take a kind of a big section on that side.
A little more east. South Carolina, North Carolina. Yeah. Charleston.
And I'm going to take a little piece of that guide point with the section on the front. Okay, so now let's see about if we can back it up a little bit on the camera, and then we'll see me. So your shoulders are going to stay square to me, and you're just going to turn to the right, your head. There. Does that come across in the camera, Regina?
Yeah, you want to see the end too? The tails?
Yeah, I do want to see this part so that they can see.
Got it.
Lean into me just a little bit like a doggy. Yeah, perfect. Maybe not that much. Good.
There you go.
And all this jab through. So right here, I don't want to use the comb. I'm just going to go freestyle and just take my time, because this is the guide point for the whole haircut. And that's how you join the back with the front. Let's go ahead and do the complete, let's do the opposite side. See how this is not matching up? Don't panic. Don't panic. Because then you can just whisper trim it. And then on the very end of the haircut, you have last looks, and you'll be able to clean up everything. And when I'm cutting, sometimes I always will just maybe leave a little bit longer, because it's always easier to cut it off later than to cut off more than you need and have it be really wonky. So just kind of go by feel. Lynn, you're doing... Feel free to let me know if I drop this section in your face. All right, and I'm just going to kind of clip that out of the way. Now we're cutting this other side, and we're going to join it to the back. So shift angle your toes too, more, right there. So this is a big section. I just want to go one little whisper, so I'm not cutting too much. Drop your chin down a whisper, right there. So now you've got that little edge is going to be our guide point. You can see that, right? Okay. Right. And then now if I was really cutting her hair for real, even in the shop, I would be standing right here. But for purposes of our cute video, I'm just going to kind of cut from the side so you guys can see. And I'm going to go right there. Right? Okay, and now, Lynn, go ahead and face me completely. Your whole body faces me. You can look past me. And sometimes when you're cutting, friends and YouTube friends, you just look past me. It's kind of awkward to just be staring at your friend straight in the eyeballs. So what I always sometimes do is I'll tell my clients, especially when I do front view, close your eyes, and then you can just look right at them, really look and make sure that it's even, and then it's not awkward and you're not staring into their soul. Stay closed. So now I'm just gonna gently look at her and just kind of snip, snip, even it up a little bit. That's the section from top. That was a little messy, but that's okay. You can open. And I'm just making and smile. I'm just making sure that this is kind of even. You can see at home, this is the side's a little shorter, side's a little longer. Mishana always accidentally leaves this one longer. Whatever. It's okay. It's easier to just whisper trim off more. That's a whisper. Than to just go wonk and try to even it. And it's kind of normal for you to have one side that's shorter than the other. Okay. A little bit more. So hair cutting is just a series of combing it, testing that it's even, and combing it and cutting again and testing that it's even. Let's finish up this cute cut. We're going to do the sides and then the bangs and then last looks. So then you can go ahead and turn toward the cabinet. So you're just going to continue the same thing on the sides. Horizontal sections, working up the head. And one thing that I like to tell people when they're cutting at home, or just kind of what I do at the salon, get this section way out of the way. If this bubbles, you can't see where you're going. So way out of the way, use your clips or your friends, spray it, comb it, so you got an even start. Eyeball this, that looks pretty even. And on this video, I've used my rat tail comb to section out. I'm going to do a bigger section. So I dropped 2 sections because I could see, just make it go a little bit quicker. I could still see I'm able to control that section and cut it. So clean lines so you can see where you're going. Down there, cut. And then another thing, when you're cutting your friend at home, don't be afraid to get close to them. Your friends, get close and you'll be able to see really well what's happening. I know that even in the salon, I sometimes get nervous if I have a new client and I'll be like way far away and then I see the line is just jagged and choppy. Just get up into them because they're going to leave with a happy, beautiful haircut instead of a choppy mess. So I'm going to finish this section. I'm just going to drop that whole thing down. And now you're like, uh-oh, what do I do? This hair down here doesn't match. What you're going to do is just dust the ends. So this is super common. My hair does this. It doesn't come all the way down. And I just go like that, and I'm just going to kind of angle it and just dust those ends. And a lot of people don't like to cut off a lot if they already have long hair, so do not chop way up here. It's just going to make it look yucky. Keep it long and just dust the ends. Beautiful. All right, dear, turn around and face the opposite direction. And we'll finish this other side, a little more turning. This drives me batty, but at home you'll have a towel with a clip and you won't have this problem, but that's okay. We're gonna keep on going. All right, section. Not like this, like that. Nice and flat to the head. Tilt this way just a whisper, thank you. Now, you've noticed in my whole video, I've kind of done a freestyle where I don't use the comb to anchor. With Lynn's hair, it's telling me that I'm going to get a jagged cut if I use the comb to anchor. So freestyle works best for her. Every hair is different. Some hair I comb and it wants to use the comb to anchor. And then I'll cut like that using my fingers and the comb. But for her, I just kind of freestyle it. That's what her hair told me to do. So kind of be zen about it and listen to what the hair wants and you will have a beautiful cut. All right, we'll drop that whole section. And this is that top layer. And long hair people want long hair. So do not cut all this stuff up here. Let's say even a person has like kind of very dry ends that transfer up, ask them. If they don't want it cut, do not cut it. Just like that. And that is her, and it'll all blend in and all look pretty. And that's a nice clean cut. Toward me. And you have her close her eyes. That way you don't look right into her soul like I just did with you guys. And I'm going to use my pincher fingers and I'm just going to kind of tug down. And you can see that this side is shorter than this side. When that happens, I'm going to have her, keep your eyes closed, Lynn. You're just going to look this way. Turn your head this way. And then I'm just going to kind of whisper trim just a little bit. And then face front. To finish the cut and make it look, you know, beautiful and blended and all look good, it is a series of you closing their eyes and just tugging your fingers down and just going from right to left with your eyes and double checking that it's even. Another neat thing is these little tiny corners, you can open your eyes, Lynn, right here, sometimes they look a little bit clunky, so I'll just, not on Lynn, she has nice fine hair like me, so I don't want to get rid of that bulk. You can just, on a person with thicker hair, just knock off that corner and it gives a really nice appearance to the haircut. So now I'm going to have you turn. See how easy it is to cut your friend's hair when they're going from standing versus hunkering down into a chair and the section is all uneven and it's all bubbled up. So the ending of the haircut is to just trace the perimeter, pull it all down and have your friend turn. And what I'm looking for is just, you know, obvious little chunks. Looks pretty good to me. That's a nice clean cut. Maybe a little chunky there. Nope, I like that. I'm going to leave that. That looks good. That's some of her bulk. So I'm going to just pull it down, turning, and just kind of check that haircut all the way around. Looks pretty good. Right here, a little tiny even. If you're evening it up and they're at the end, keep that hand connected to the body. Don't do this. You're going to make a steps ladder layer, it will look ugly. All right, and then the face me, Lynn. Close your eyes. And that's our cute cut. And that's called last looks, where you just look and double check everything around. Go ahead and face the camera so they can see your pretty face in that cute cut. And we're going to do her bangs. So I've already asked her, she wants them right at the edge here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split her little bangies. And you've got a perfect view, Lynn. You can just kind of look off into the distance and meditate. Okay. Close your eyes. So her little bangies, it looks like they're a little bit longer on the sides. So when that happens, what you'll want to do at home, you at-home cute hair cutters, is take about an inch section right in the middle. Cut that first and then scallop it around. So that's all you're going to do is just nip that in, just a baby nip. Go slow and take thin sections. Now I know Lynn, her and I have been together a while, so she likes them a little shorter. Drop your head forward a little bit, thank you. That way the hair doesn't go in their face. Just baby nips. Yeah, I like that. And stay closed. And then over here, I'm just going to kind of angle a little bit. Stay closed. And bangs are really hard to cut because you're staring into that person's soul, you know, if they open their eyes. So just keep telling them to just keep their eyes closed. And if you're getting close to their eye, what I do is I'll dip that, kind of scoop the edge of that scissor up so you don't accidentally, you know, poke them. If you're really timid, you can also just do this and block it off with the scissor and nip that way. All right, so let me drop that last section. You can open your eyes. And just to get precise, I don't rush bangs. I always just take paper thin sections so I can see where I'm going. What a fun little video we did here, you guys, on a Tuesday. I'm very excited my follower requested this. It's been a fun video. I'm looking forward to going home and posting it for you guys. Okay, closing. And you just follow the line. And you want to make sure to never cut bangs like that. That will give you kindergarten bangs or Eddie Munster bangs for those of you who are old enough. Okay. Nice little bang there. And then look at the side. Yeah, I like how that looks. Always when I'm cutting hair, I'm always just combing and looking and testing. Do I like it? Combing and looking and testing. Turn a little bit. Do I like it? And that's what you're going to do at home. Just continue to comb and nip. And here I'm going to tilt up a little bit and I'm going way for thin, nice and slow. And your friend's going to stay closed the whole time. Good. One more baby section. You can just stay closed, Lynn. Drop that last section down. I love this golden blonde hair on her. It looks so good. So now I'm going to have to spray, cover her face. You would not believe how many times I forget that. I give them a nice little shower. All right. Here we go. Good. Let it right there. Just a baby trim. I like to use the comb on bangs a lot because it lets the bang go in a natural fall versus using my fingers. Fingers can be too much tension and then you end up cutting them shorter than they need to be. I mean, look like kindergarten bangs. We don't want that. See that? There's the guide point and then there's the extra that I'm going to cut angled. Very good, Gina. All right, sweetie, turn your head this way. Good, right there. Tilting the scissors up so we don't poke her. And then I look right at her and I make sure that we're nice and even. There's one little spot there that might be needing to cut. Just a little whisper. And I'm happy with that. Okay. This is the end of our video, how to cut your friend's hair at home. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, share it with a friend. And let's have you turn around, Lynn, so they can see the handiwork all the way around. Nice even on the sides.
Okay.
Nice and healthy and all the way around. And doesn't she look beautiful?
I was gonna say, if you give me one, it's gonna really
Bye.